Hello everyone, I'm Black Marvin, a progressive psychedelic trance artist. I'm a professional sound designer and I'm also a teacher for electronic music production. I'm very happy because since I'm Canadian and it has been a rough winter, and now the sun is starting to shine and it makes me really happy and it motivates me to go inside my dark studio and to produce some music. Also, the birds are out, so I might even try to get the recorder and record the birds and take them and put them inside a synth and make some crazy granular soundscape with that. But that's going to be for another time because today we have pressing matters. We're going to make 3 presets inside Multipass that you should know how to make. They are a bit more advanced than the first video I did called 5 Multipass presets you should know how to make. If you haven't seen that video, you should go check it out right now. But today we are taking it up a notch in terms of complexity. And before we dive in, if you need a boost for your Multipass preset collection, don't forget to check out Sludge from Fractal Sounds. It is a set of creative filters that loads inside Multipass, and the textures goes from mild to completely apocalyptic stuff. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel so I can continue to make videos about very precise and geeky stuff, and I don't have to sell my soul to the music production lords. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's go. All right, so the first Multipass preset is a frequency twister, and we're actually not going to start our journey inside Multipass, but rather start inside Snap Heap. The reason we're going to use a Snap Heap is because we want to be able to do some dry and wet processing, but with more complex features than this one. So because of Snap Heap's configuration, it's going to be more useful to use the mix knob here than the one in Multipass. So we're going to start by getting a pitch shifter. And the reason is, yes, to shift the pitch, but we are mostly going to benefit from the grainy properties of that algorithm. So I'm going to hit play and have a djembe loop that right now that is playing. So this loop is taken from Fractal Impact's djembe. It is by Fractal Sounds, obviously. The link is in the description, and it is 200 djembe related samples. There's some live loops like this one. This one is made by a percussionist. So there's these loops right here that are, you know, the live loops are the most common one, but there's some sequence loops like these are digitally sequenced. So yeah, different vibe. The live loops are more chill, and this is more, you know, it has like that digital precision. There's some djembe effects. And some djembe fills. So very useful for, you know, if you need some djembes. It was a really fun pack to do it because I just really went deep down into the percussion world of djembe. It's a fantastic instrument, and as a sidetracks producer, I often need some djembe in the track or just some ethno style elements, and these are really cool. So back to our main event. So we have this loop, and we're going to test our frequency twister on that loop. So first we have a pitch shifter. Like I said, we really want to take advantage of the grainy properties. So now I think you kind of hear that it starts to, you know, there's all these little grains, almost splits the sound into a couple of fractions. And these fractions have +12 of pitch shift. Now we're going to start to use that mix here because what's even more trippier is to have both the grainy pitch shift signal and also just the dry signal. All right, so it doesn't stop here. So we have this, and after that, we're going to put a frequency shifter. So again, we are shifting the sound here, but now with a different algorithm. And it's very important that we put it after, because the sound is being like fragmented here first, and then we're gonna shift that. So honestly, you know, just go by taste. I'm gonna tweak it until I hear something that I like. So I'm gonna drag and drop with Control left click. I'm gonna drag a third bus here. And the reason why I give it its own bus is because I want that individual mix knob here. So I'm gonna get another frequency and possibly a lower one. So the twisting aspect is that first the sound is fragmented, then it's pitched up, well, with the frequency shifter, and then the frequency shifter is gonna go down. So it's sort of like putting the sound in multiple direction and multiple frequencies. So it just adds more to the texture. And now what we're going to do is we're going to save that, because we want to preserve these kind of thing. And this is going to be a twist box 01. It's very important. Once you get some nice results in Snap Heap, save that stuff. Okay, now I have that here, twist box 01. You've heard the results. And now what we're going to do is we're going to Control left click, duplicate that. Now we have that also on the top band. But now what we're going to do, we're going to get different settings on the top band, because we want more twisting, more shifting. And I'm going to get this one as a starting point. So this is what I went for. I duplicated that because I wanted to more of that grainy texture. As you can see, I was just, you know, going through the shifting process, and I was listening for some just key texture and key element to pop up. And I'm going to save that obviously as twistbox02. And now, yeah, let's drag this one into the first band. That frequency twister is pretty much done, but we're going to add two elements from the kilohertz ecosystem that really just adds some, it just adds. So it's the disperser, of course. And then the distortion. All right, so yeah, as you can hear, the disperser and the distortion adds to the texture. We're basically like fragmenting and twisting the frequencies here. So I'm gonna save that, and it's a nice result on that djembe loop, but I'm also going to show you on a saw wave, like what it does. Really cool, simple but effective, and you can stack them. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I have this saw wave inside Faceplant. Then I'm gonna get Multipass, and I'm gonna load the preset I just did right here. So I have now frequency twister, and let's just hear how it sounds purely on the saw wave. So just for fun, I can't resist to just get a notch filter right here before that and a delay right after, and just see what it can do. Yeah, so much fun to have with this one. So it's good on percussive sounds, or it's good on sustained pad sounds, some leads. It's a frequency twister. The second multipass preset you should know how to make is a multi-layered random filter. We're gonna start here in the mid band. We're gonna get a band pass because that's, for this case, it's the most obvious way to work. We're gonna get the LFO1. I'm gonna put it on sync. We're gonna put this rate right here, and we're gonna get, well, these two random modes. We're gonna get the step, which is basically the sample and hold mode, and we're gonna assign it here. And we have that good old saw wave to test it. Great, so now we have that random filter jiggling. We're gonna duplicate that on each band. And now it sounds like this. Now it's cool, but to add to the randomness, I'm gonna get the LFO2 here. And if I put it on random, you can basically understand that they are both on random, but since it is random, they are not going to end up at the same place, or rarely, because it continuously generates random modulation values. And this one is doing the same thing. So I'm gonna unlink the mid one, and I'm gonna link this new one, and I even just gonna, modulate it, but negatively instead of positively for the other. So we're having very different modulation for the mid band. So now we have some sort of contrast between all these bands. They are not, they are going to be on the same rhythm, and that matters because that adds to the effect, but they are not going to have this exact same modulation. So that's going to be pretty trippy. Now the result is pretty satisfying, and one other thing we can try to sort of make the preset snowball into something bigger and more complex is to duplicate, just basically duplicate another lane here. And pay attention that I chose the mid one to duplicate on the top band. So the top band will have two different modulation rhythm. So now we have a multi-layered random filter. Now for the last preset, we're going to do a glitcher. And to start our preset, we're going to get a snap heap, and we're going to get in the diffraction pack for snap heap, we're going to get the various tool. And there's two very useful presets here called glitch box. And what this one does, we're going to put the mix all the way up. We're going to solo that, and well, this is what it does. So here what we have is an LFO sending on, and it's a square LFO, so it's sending on and off signal to these gain. And that speed is being randomized by this sample and hold LFO here on the LFO2. So it's basically a random gate. There's also some pan action that you can add. So this is going to be the foundation of our preset. And for the rest of the preset, we have two options. We can either duplicate that and give each band its own glitch box. So what is going to happen is that each of these are going to have their individual gating. So it's really going to be glitchy and random. So it's really glitchy. Another way or another option we can do is to get that glitch box and put it, well, here on the pre-effects. So that means that the whole signal is going to have its own glitch and its own rhythm, but it's going to be on the same rhythm. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna go that route. I'm gonna go to that route. Then the thing is, we kind of it's going to glitch up the sound, but we will need a gate after here just to sort of reblend everything to the same rhythm. So first, this is how it sounds with the 3 bands. And then with the final trans gate. So this is the foundation for a glitcher. Now the next steps are really going to be about giving that glitcher some character. And I think I'm going to go down the convolver route. So I'm going to get another snap heap and I'm going to explain you what's happening here. I have some what I call spark box, and that's really important. That's why I told you if you get a nice snap heap, save it. Nice snap heap preset. So I have spark box. What I call spark box is basically a convolver, and there's also some, you can see that there's, yeah, this is for the stereo band, but aside from that, it's really just a convolver, and the mix is already mapped to go like from 0 to 100%. And what I'm going to do right here is to get that envelope, put it on ADSR, and I'm gonna make that spark box open and close. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the top band and the low band. I'm gonna adjust the tone here on the top band because it's a bit too crispy. Now I have to say the trans gate, I don't like it that much. Let's try just another glitch box at the end, what, maybe? All right, now it starts to sound like a glitcher. And like I said, that second lane here, it's really the personality of that glitcher, the texture you can add. So I think I'm gonna cycle through a different settings here. Again, that tone is good, but it's sharp. I'm just holding the note right here. Let's check it out quickly on the djembe loop we first used it. I like it, it's nice. And a glitcher like this, it's not meant to stay on your sound and to be used like always. It's meant to have an Edison right after and to run your sound like this. And then you're gonna get these fragments of sample and then sequence them. Just wanted to make sure you know you know what's the mindset behind these kinds of presets. Okay, now so I need to take a chill pill right now because I feel like I want to continue to go down that rabbit hole, but I want to make the video not so long. But I just want to show you like the potential of this is that whatever you add here, I could add like a flanger, like crazy flanger. I have a nice crazy preset here. User, it's aggressive too, and So really, this lane is like the color of the glitch you want to have. One last thing I want to show is I need to stop there. So one last thing is I'm gonna get the convolver, I'm gonna get the Eternia presets, and I'm gonna get the reverse tricks. It's very important. These what this does, if you don't know, it sort of, well, you see it brings that like reverse mode. Oh man, that's really cool. Aside from the fact that it's distorting because it's too loud, I'm gonna get a gain right here. So yeah, you can have that. You can have another one. And we can put that again, like I said, since this lane is sort of the color of the glitch, we can put a reverse here. All right, so yeah, you saw that also I played a bit with the mix here, so that changed a bit the behavior of the sound. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. I need to stop here because this could be an hour video. So this was the glitcher. Well, this was a glitcher. Like I think I explained it pretty well that you can go in many glitching directions, but the foundation of the glitcher is that those multi-band glitch box and that glitch box also right here. That's really the mechanic behind it. The rest is some flavor and how you want the glitch to sound. And that's it for this video. This time we really went deeper into Multipass, and I'm telling you, I'm preparing another video that is going to just go even deeper and more complex. It's probably just going to be one presets, but I think you're starting to see a pattern emerge that with different elements from the kilohertz ecosystem, if you save them, like the glitch box, for example, or the spark box with the convolver, if you start to build yourself some collection of these types of presets, so like micro presets that you can load inside Multipass and inside Faceplant, this is really the key to take full advantage of the kilohertz ecosystem. So spoiler alert, in the next video, we're going to use some of them. And it's a good suggestion that you start to do that on your own, so you can have your own tools to get your own unique sounds. And you can sort of use the same techniques, but with your presets, and you can get some really creative results. And on this channel, that's what we are after, creative results. If you feel you want to get deeper into electronic music production, you feel you want some one-to-one lessons, some group lessons, or just some more content and some coaching, don't forget to check out my community of students. The link is in the description. And until then, I will see you in another video. Happy producing.